Jason, after this conference, can I talk to you in the back? Okay. No, I just want to talk to you. Just between me and you. Off the record. You know, I don't do that, but we're going to do it tonight.
We'll start down front, Joe.
Are you going to bring up how he said there's no way you'd go 8-0?
There. Joe, you smarter than you look, I tell you, man. I sure tell you. Well, you're starting to impress me. You're getting better, Joe. I give you that.
Well, that's good. That's good. Leading up to the fourth quarter tonight, when obviously Kyrie he was great. How would you assess his series?
I thought he just did a good job of checking what the defense gives him. I mean, we don't have a stat sheet, but I thought he did a good job. First two games, Valanciunas was up in the pick and roll coverage. He made the right passes, the right plays, was able to get double figures in assists. And then last game, they tried to adjust a little bit. They was dropping, so he was able to take his pull-ups, which he didn't make, which I'm comfortable with him taking them every single time. And then tonight, first half he struggled a little bit with his shot, but second half he got it going. And, he had 27 and 9. So, I think he's doing a good job of just maturing and just taking what the defense gives him.
Anything else? Dave?
Ty, staying on Kyrie, what worked for him in the fourth? What opened up? And what's it like for you guys just to recognize that and ride him?
Well, in the pick and roll, they did a good job of, Corey Joseph is a good defender of getting into him and trying to fight over the screens, getting rear view contests. And Valanciunas, who's big at the rim, and so is Ibaka. So in that fourth quarter, I just went to ISOs at the elbow for Kyrie, just getting into him, clearing out, bringing Kyle off the double, and then getting Kyrie a live dribble at the elbow, which he's virtually unstoppable. So we went to the ISO one-on-one game, for Kyrie at the elbow, and he produced for us.
John?
In regard to taking what the defense gives him, would you say that he's forcing less than he has in the past and being a little bit more patient in regard to getting his own shot? No, I'm just saying as far as assist numbers and assist totals. Sometimes he's going to have assists, depends on how the defense is guarding him. But for me, I need him to be aggressive, be a scorer, attacking. If they're going to be up and putting 2 on the ball, then he has to make the right play and the right pass, which he's been doing in this series.
Joe, all the way in the back.
Joe Gabriel, Cavs.com. Coach, you talked early in the playoffs about the importance of transition defense. 0 fast break points, I think, for Toronto tonight. How big was that?
It was big. The closeout game is always tough, and I gotta give Casey a lot of credit. He had his guys ready to play. They came out, competed, took an early lead, went up 11. Got Shannon in the game to try to give us some spacing so we can score the basketball, and it worked for us. Being able to come back and having a 28-28 at the end of the first quarter was big for us. But I thought, Casey had his guys ready to play. The guys made shots. They made threes tonight, which is tough on us. I thought our rotations were a little slow tonight. But, it was a tough game for us. So we knew it was going to be coming into it, a hostile environment. They have DeRozan, Serge, Corey Joseph. So they have some good players. Even with Kyle being out. And I just got to give, Casey a lot of credit for having those guys ready to play. And it came all the way down to the end.
Jason?
I might be wrong, but you look like you used some lineups that you haven't used very often at times. Why was this game, of all games, the right time to unveil some of those?
I don't know. You just watch film and you study, and, when it's time to try it, then you try it. It works. You look like a genius. If it doesn't, you get criticized like you always do me. So, but, it was a little different. The rotation was a little different, because LeBron didn't want to come out. And so, it was a lot of different lineups on the floor. But, it worked. And guys were ready to play. And we had to go small at times to try to match up with those guys. And we went big at times. So, just try and play cat and mouse and just try to feel and figure out what works.
You mentioned something that kind of triggered something. So, when it's the postseason now, do you let LeBron tell you when he's tired? Because you have so many days off. You have so many days off between series. Just
tonight, because the closeout game has always been like that. And he tries to go as far as we need him. And I know in that fourth quarter, I tried to get him out for a couple of minutes, but he said, no, I'm fine. Just, give me a timeout, and I'll be okay. So, Casey called a 20-second timeout, and then I followed it with a full timeout. And then he said, okay, I'm fine. So he's able to ride it through. So, if that didn't happen, I would have had to get him out for at least a minute and a half or so. But once Casey called that 20 was big for us, and then I called a full, gave him like a 5-minute break, and that was great for us.
Marla.
I just wonder what was working so well in the first half for Corver, and then in the second, it's like he became like the diving for balls and rebounding and stuff. I mean,
Well, I thought in the first half we just used him. We was very aware where he was on the floor. Guys set screens for him. He got open. We used him in transition, and he's been very big for us. Making big shots, key shots, momentum shots. And in the second half, then his defense took over, diving on the floor, strips, loose balls, rebounding. So, he's been great for us, and we love having him here. It's a big addition for us, and his 3-point shot is a lethal weapon.
Joe.
This might be hard to answer, but through 2 series now, if you could pick one thing that you just really like about your team, whether it's how they're playing or mental makeup or whatever, what would it be?
That we're winning?
You can go deeper than that.
I don't know. It's a lot of things. I mean, you can't just pick one, but we're a resilient team. We know, like you said, at the end of the season, things wasn't like everyone thought they should be, and including us. But we knew once we got healthy that we can go on runs like this and get our rotation set and lock in defensively and do some things defensively that we know we're capable of doing. So I just like our team for just staying with it. Just having the confidence and belief that we can get on track once we get healthy, once we get our rotation set, once we put in our defensive schemes that we can be a good team. So I just love our team just for being resilient.
Back right.
Coach, yesterday DeMar DeRozan talks about how the LeBron James he's seeing this year's playoffs seems even more quicker, faster than the opponent he faced last year, which given what he said, the mileage in his body. How impressed are you by what LeBron has been able to do in spite of that mileage?
Oh, very impressed. Since the second half of the season, he's really, went to another level. And, it started the second half of the regular season and then carried over into the playoffs. And, we're just riding him right now. And, the way he's been playing is phenomenal. He's carrying his team and, everyone's chipping in, trying to help him as much as possible. And, for him playing at the pace that he's been playing at far as offensively, when we're getting stops and he's getting out on the break and getting in transition, like either you're going to Kyle Korver, Channing Frye, Kyrie, Kevin Love, JR, you have all these shooters around. So either you're going to take those guys away, he's going to get into the paint, or you're going to help and he's going to get assists. So when we're playing with pace, that's when we're the most dangerous.
Anything else? All right. Thank you.
No, it's over now. Joe already answered it for him. 14. PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker.